Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. First of all, a very Merry Christmas to you and all your loved ones. I hope you're having a wonderful peaceful time, although some of us might be having a bit of a more struggling difficult time. But I want to have my normal sort of yearly chat with you. This year is last year it was about kindness, wasn't it? Being kind, and kindness is magic. And I still ring that, and I hope you are all still being kind and being loved to one another, and being kind to the stranger, because sometimes it makes you a stronger, better person. So this year I thought we'd have a little look at hope. And I've called this video Never Give Up, because it's a subject that we don't really touch on most of the time. We tend to avoid these sort of questions when we all suffer times when we feel down and low, and stuff like that. You know, it's a turbulent times at the moment we're living in. We're all going through this sort of crisis with our bills at the moment, which we cannot see any light at the end of the tunnel with, as they seem to be spiraling out of control, and the rich get richer and then the poor get poorer, and all these sort of things add stress to your life. And I'll start with myself. I mean, obviously last year, as you know, I suffered with major sort of heart problems. And I was diagnosed with angina and other health things. And this year I've been diagnosed with even more health things, you know, just to put a cherry on the cake. And on top of that, we've had a number at work. We've had a number of strike days, haven't we, at the railway? And so I've lost probably days and days and days of pay. So no matter whatever pay rise we might ever receive, it's never going to give me back all the money that I've actually lost. And that's been sort of like big on the house, the home, you know, paying the bills and doing the things you love to do. They've been very slim on the ground this year. But never give up. You know, you just don't give up, do you? You got to think to yourself, if I give up, then, you know, it's beat me and I've lost. A lot of us suffer with health problems. A lot of us suffer with mental health problems, depression, anxiety, and a lot of people get on the verge of giving up. Don't ever give up. Don't ever give up, because you're important. You are really important. Although you might not feel to yourself that you're not important and you've just had enough, you are so important to so many people. You're important to your family, other family members. You're important to friends. You're important to people you don't know. Like you lot are important to me, because you keep me going. You know, this is one of my outlets, because I don't get to get social outlets. So this is one of my outlets, is doing these videos. And you guys come in and watch and sometimes drop the odd comment or a like. And it means a lot to me. And so you're important to me. So don't ever give up. You're important. Although you might lose that sense of self-worth sometimes, that's something you need to hang on to, because you are worth more than what you know. So it's really important that you do not ever give up, because you're important to so many people. And giving up can affect other people's lives, you know. And if you're a kind, caring person, which I hope you all are, you are affecting other people's lives. So if you want to get peace and feeling worthy, don't give up, because your importance runs through other people's lives and it makes their lives good. So that should make your life good. So don't ever give up. It's been a hard year. I mean, the beginning of the year, I lost one of my best friends of 42 years, my good old friend Mick down in Stevenage. He lost his battle with COVID. Sadly. And also this year we've lost Sinead O'Connor, we've lost Shane McGowan, we've lost we've lost our friend from Killing Joke. So we have lost some important people to a lot of people, and it's been a heartbreaking year. And friends of mine have lost family members. One of my dearest friends lost his mother this year. But when you lose someone, you've got to think to yourself, I need now to fight stronger and be the strong one and live that person's life through me, because if I'm doing that, I'm making them proud, and their soul and their spirit is still alive, so their life hasn't been just an existence, it's been something that matters, because our lives are just existences, that's all they are. But if your life matters, other people carry that on through their lives, then your life's mattered. So remember that. And my dear friend who's lost his mum, remember that your life matters, and it's important. So never give up, you know, because you got to be there for your family, for your dad and everyone. You just got to be strong and just sort of think, yeah, the person that you may have lost would not want you to weaken or give up. They'd want to, they would hope that you have got the strength and demonstrate the strength of survival, because that's all we are doing. We're just surviving, really, aren't we? And hopefully in that time, enjoying our existence while we're here. So everyone can enjoy it, no matter what issues you may have. They might be the smallest problem. I mean, I get anxious quick. My lad gets anxious quick. And I always say to him, you know, don't worry, because there's so many other things you've got to be thankful for and grateful for, and concentrate on those. And these little problems will iron themselves out, and they will all iron themselves out, and they do. You know, a lot of things, people struggle with money. Money will always come and go in your life. It always will. So try not to spend your life worrying too much about it. I know it's really easy for me to say, because I struggle pretty much every single month, but I get by. You know, I've got a roof over my head, I've got food in the fridge. You know, what else do I need? You know, that is all I kind of need, really. That's what you need to survive. And I've got family. Yeah, I don't get to see them all the time. I mean, like the lad, I'm not seeing the lad this Christmas, which is a real shame, and it sucks. But we're grown men, so we understand this is how it is sometimes. Work gets involved, but we need our work, because work is all part of the survival thing. It helps us pay our bills, it helps us go out, it helps us do the things we like to do. So all that I'm trying to say is, if I reflect on last year's kindness is magic. Now, to be kind, you need to be strong. You need to have that sense of fighting through things, fighting through grief, fighting through depression, fighting through illnesses. I know these sort of illnesses can't go overnight, and sometimes you're stuck with them for life, but you have to, I think, adapt your life to it. And I know it sounds a bit strange, but almost make it your friend. Like, for an example, obviously I got this heart problem, so sometimes I get chest pain quite a lot. And so I've kind of got used to it now, and I kind of make it my friend a bit, like thinking, I can feel that. That means I'm alive, you know, I'm alive. And lots of people don't have that, And I'm lucky I still have that. So that it's sort of like, it's sort of almost become my friend, and I've sort of learned to live alongside it. And that's how I sort of cope with it. I do not want to go down the slippery slope of, you know, giving up, because these illnesses are creeping up. But I've got to remember, I'm getting old. And when I look back at my parents, my grandparents, they all start getting illnesses when they get sort of age. So it's happening to me. And I think when it does, it's like, it's a real sort of like a bombshell, and it does hit you. I had this conversation with my sister, because she's a bit like me, because she's starting to get a few sort of illnesses come through, and then you start worrying if it's real big serious ones, or, you know, all this sort of thing. It plays on your mind, and you lay there worrying about things, you know, if you've got tests coming up, or And that's normal. That's normal to think like that, and you should always think like that, because it shows that you're alive. Just don't ever give up. Always have hope. You know, Christmas time, I believe, is a sign and a time for hope, where you got to reflect on your year, be at peace that you've made it through that year, be at peace with the anxieties and losses that you've had through that year. Be at peace and realise that now is a time of moving forward. And you've got to remember, moving forward isn't forgetting. It's not about forgetting things. Moving forward is making things more more easier to cope with. You know, like again, when you lose someone, it can take a number of years before you actually really get over it. I mean, but every year you get at peace with yourself. You know, come at peace with yourself and think, you know, I've made it through this year. You know, I hope you. I always say to me, you know, because I've lost all my family pretty much, and I always hope my mum and dad are proud of me at the end of every year. I think I've got through this year. I've kept the roof over my head. My family is still safe. I've spent some amazing time with me lad. You know, I've sport him when I can. I've managed to meet up with one of my best friends this year, Russell. So I've had an amazing time then. And you know, I don't go out. Sorry, it's just a hair there. I haven't been out a lot, but I've been enjoying myself doing my films and my gaming, and they keep me going. You guys keep me going, so you're important. So it's really important to remember, when you feel at low ebb, you're important. So you've got to pick yourself up, all right? Because other people need you, and that's what you've got to remember. I keep trying to tell that to my lad. He's so important. To me, he's the most important person on the planet. You know, because he is why I'm here, and this is what keeps me going. You know, and keeps my fight to not let these illnesses get on top of me. I think I'm going to fight to be here for my boy, so we can still enjoy an amazing future. So while you're having an amazing Christmas together, which I hope you are, I really do, I really pray you're having a peaceful and at peace with yourself Christmas. And I really hope that you spoilt your loved ones this year. It's been difficult. I haven't been able to spoil the lad as much as I'd like to this year. But he's done all right. And I said to him next year, you know, because we're quite happy because he lives quite near London and the new HMV's opened in Oxford Street. And I said, well, next year when I come down, we'll make a special trip there. I'll save up and we'll go down there and have a good time down in London. So next year expect some sort of day road trip, if you like, down around London. We'll try and take you around some of the sites if we can as well. So we'll look forward to that. But that's another way of coping mechanism of hope, is give yourself plans. Plan things for next year. I know my dear friend Russell, he's on at me all the time about the conventions, the horror conventions, and we're anxiously sitting to see what the guests are going to be at the next conventions to choose which one to go to for me and the lad and things like that. So it's give yourself those little things to work towards, you know, those little adventures, those little things to look forward to. It could be a holiday, it could be a night out, you know, it could be just seeing someone, it could be buying a movie, you know, it could be a movie or a game that you've been after for a long time finally coming out, but it gives you something to look forward to and something to work towards, you know. Little goals are add up to a big score. So, you know, so at the end of the day, it's just to always remember that. But anyway, I'm waffling on, and this is, I hope you haven't looked at this as being a downbeat video, because it's not. It's a video of hope. It's a video of never giving up. It's a video of you realizing that you're important. And thank you so much for coming into my channel this year. If you've watched one video, or you've been and watched a number of videos, which I know some of you have, and I so appreciate that. I never expected. I'm on about 580 subscribers. That's crazy, right? I've had over 100,000 views. I'm just some stupid old man who's doing this really just for something to keep me going, you know, because when I started this channel, I was hoping it was just going to, you know, well, I'll do this channel for my lad because he lives down there and I live up here. He can watch his dad prat around, and you've all kind of taken on and enjoyed me prattling around, and I thank you for that, and I will continue to prat around. I've got a few, obviously got reviews coming out, and I've started doing that music sort of video, so I'm hoping to do a few more of those. But yeah, I normally do this little chat around Christmas time because I think we need it at the end of the year. But please, please, fill your heart with joy, fill it with sort of like peace, and just be kind to one another, and get through the next year. And, you know, make plans for next year. Set yourself some goals. It's not always got to be diet goals, you know. A diet shouldn't be a goal. A diet is something you should implement all your life, not just a goal. It should be something you should do all the time, which I need to do just because of my health things, and I'm going to plan that into my... I've started planning it into my life, and I'm going to be working on that. So that's one of my goals, is to get my health a bit stronger and better, and still be around to make stupid videos for you lot, and to spend some quality time with the boy, and hopefully get to some horror cons next year. Anyway, Merry Christmas, guys. Happy New Year. I'll see you soon.